Today I will be explaining the case of Garis and Jeffress Pidler that considers the fair dealing exceptions to copyright infringement. Mr. Garis and Matthew Moore were authors published in the Western Australian and Sydney Morning Herald newspapers respectively. Although their claims were brought separately, they covered the same issues of copyright infringement. Mr. Garis is the undisputed author and by nature of his contract for services, the owner of the copyright of his work, Looking Past the Winners, published in the Western Australian on 10th of September 1988. The respondent, Jeffress, was a press clipping business that monitored different media sources to provide photocopies to their customers. One of the press clippings taken and reproduced was Mr. Garis's Looking Past the Winners. Mr. Garis claimed Jeffress had infringed his copyright rights in the course of carrying out business. Jeffress claimed that it fell under the fair dealing exceptions: research for study, criticism or review, reporting the news. In order for these exceptions to apply, the court must assess if they are for the relevant purpose. The relevant purpose meaning is that of the person making the dealing, not the purpose of the reproduction will be used. And, secondly, under fair dealing. Firstly, was Jeffress reproducing Mr. Garis's work for the purpose of research or study? Research is defined as diligent and systematic inquiry or investigation into a subject in order to discover facts and principles. Jeffress's purpose, which is purely commercial, is to supply a photocopy material already published in return for a fee. The possibility that it would be later be used for a scholarly application was irrelevant. Because it was solely for a commercial nature, it could not be for research or study, and Jeffress could not rely on this exception. Secondly, was the reproduction for criticism or review? A fair dealing with literary work will not constitute copyright if it is for the purpose of criticism or review. Criticism is the act of analysing and judging the quality of a literary or artistic work, while review refers to critical article or report, as in a periodical or some literary work, commonly some work of recent appearance or a critique. Justice Beaumont held, Jeffress' process involves scanning media for a particular subjects, according to the request of subscribers. It does not appear to extend to the passing of a judgment as to the merit of the articles identified. Therefore, the activities of Jeffress and the services he provides cannot be characterized as criticism or review. The third element was whether the reproduction was for reporting the news. News includes a report of any recent event or situation published in the news, radio, or television. It was held that Jeffress' business was solely of a commercial nature. The reproduction of Mr.